Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So dear devotees, we are outside today because it's a beautiful day and we are at Srila Gurudev's Pushpa Samadhi, and we'll all move in a little bit on this side, and more devotees will be coming. It is a knee of a devotee you can see behind us. I expect the body will join his knee quite soon. And so we're at Srila Gurudev's Pushpa Samadhi and we can begin, but first of all we all do need to select the right language in interpretation. So we are selecting English, and we will begin with our mini Vandanam. Alright, so we're being recorded. Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitanscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvije Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here in Vila Govinda Ashram we are taking advantage of the newly arrived summer and the not yet arrived mosquitoes, so that we can be happily at Srila Gurudev's Pushpa Samadhi here, as you can see, and with the devotees without any disturbance from Krishna's arrangement for our tolerance, and that is from the mosquitoes. So we might have to move the camera back a little bit, but we've got, be careful, it doesn't flow very well. You can see we've got more devotees. Oh, Shanti Moy was sitting down. She got up to help move the camera, but we were moving that side. We've got more devotees this side and more devotees behind me. We've got Krishna Kanti Devidasi, Leela Moy, Prabhu, and maybe more behind me. I'm not very sure. So, first of all, our dignitary Kumkum Devidasi, she's with us, and she's been very enthused again by the title of the broadcast, or the topic for this evening's Monday Zoom, and so she has a microphone already and she'll start us off today. Yes, you have a microphone.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not Wednesday.
See.
It's not Wednesday.
No translation necessary.
Oh yes, okay. We have simultaneous translation by the grace of Chaitanya Moy Devidasi into Portuguese and Hari Gopal Prabhu into Russian language. Jain, we appreciate very much. Govinda Govinda. And Sachi Devi, we've been seeing cars with Dutch number plates on. They seem to be driving all the way from Holland for their holidays in Italy. So, waiting for your car to pull up as well. Okay, Sachi Devi, you can say the name of the topic and then your comments on the topic kindly. Oh, sorry, Kumkum. Sorry, we're asking Kumkum Didi. Yes, Sachi Devi, we can ask you in a short while too. Kumkum Didi.
My Dhanavat Maharaj and As you know, he is very, very kind. And this article by Srila Guru Maharaj really helps us to understand the extreme kindness of our gurus. And it's not always the easiest thing to understand, but because we have this association, then we feel completely encouraged no matter what. And this is truth. When I first read this article from Gaudiya Darshan on the highest quality of surrender, I think, something like that, then I was just amazed to see how true. It's very true, and even if we would only like to hear something like, you just eat rasgullas the rest of your life and you'll go back to Godhead, actually it will be more helpful, more rewarding for us to hear this. And perhaps we could start off by reading the article. It's about a page long. Is there somebody who has it up? I think I have it up. Do you have it up?
Yes, here.
You can read?
He's native speaker.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Ooh. Okay, so from Sri Gaudiya Darshan, this is Srila Bhakti-Rakshakshara Swami Maharaj, and the title of the article is The Highest Quality of Surrender. Surrender should be considerate and must be durable. And the translators have this text. Yes, okay. Surrendering today in one place and the next day in another place is pollution of surrender. Surrender is surrender. No withdrawal is possible. It is very unhappy if we are to retreat after surrender. It is a most unhappy thing. It is not surrender. Especially in the case of the omniscient and almighty, a very disastrous reaction will come back to us. Srimad Mahaprabhu said the purity of surrender must be of this type. Ashlisha va padaratam pinashtu mam adarshanam marma hatam karotu va yatatata va vidadatu lampato ma prananatas tu sa eva napara. Ashlisha va. He may embrace me with much adoration. Or padaratam pinastumam. He may cast me away, throw me away from him, although I hold fast to his feet. He may trample me down under his feet. Adarshanan marma hatam karotuva. He may also be totally indifferent towards me. That is more intolerable. That he may punish me is tolerable, but him becoming indifferent to me is more serious. Furthermore, yatta tata va vidatu lampato. He may show me he is adoring another. That my quota is given to another person is even more intolerable. But whatever he may do, I have no alternative but to remain wholly under his guidance. That should be the highest quality of our surrender. Under no circumstances shall we have to go away from our Lord. This quality of surrender is recommended to be the highest for our life. In another place, Srila Rupa Goswami says, Virachaya mai dandam dinabandhu dayam va gatiriha na bhavata kachid anyamamasti. O Lord of the wretched, Dina Bandhu, Master of the humble, of the poor, of the mean, friend of the mean, you may punish me or you may show me your kindness, show your kindness to me. You are at liberty to do anything and everything with me. Gatir iha na bhavata kachid anyan mamasti. But in no case do I have any alternative but to stick strictly, sincerely, and faithfully to your divine feet. You may punish me or you may adore me. Nipatatu shatakutir nibaram va navambas tad api kila payoda stuyate chatakena. There is one kind of bird that drinks only rainwater and never water touching the ground. neither water from a river, nor a fountain, nor the ocean. This bird is the Chaptaka. The Sanskrit name is Chaptaka. They are always expectant, with their face up for a drop of water. The sound of their call is like this, Kotir Jal, which means pure water, pure water. The sky may grant sufficient rainwater to them, or thunder may come down and finish them, leaving them nowhere. Still, they always have their head up and call out, water, 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 pure water, pure water. That should be the attitude of a surrendered soul. To surrender, to get a guru, is such a grave thing. With such gravity, purity, and sincerity, we must believe, well begun, half done. Is it not? So to get a real guru, a bona fide guru, is a great thing, a great achievement in one's life. He will surely guide one to the proper destination. It is very hard to achieve. Jai Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Srila Madhusudan Maharaj ki.
Jai.
This verse, the 8th verse of Sri Siksastakam, always reminds me of once when Srila Gurudev quoted this to me, and he was explaining his own heartbreak. And I had previously heard many people talk about what they wanted from Krishna and had to surrender to this is the prayer of the Vaishnav. But Srila Gurudev's reason to express this was because his heartbreak was because there was a devotee he could not see how to help. He had one idea, and it was a last ditch, final attempt to help a devotee, and he was telling me about that. But I was stunned to see how his idea of heartbreak was that he couldn't help someone who was Guru Maharaj's disciple. And so I'm noting here that many of the points that are brought out have to do with the fact that Krishna may give us attention, he may punish us. We may do something and he punishes us, and it makes us very sad, but the emphasis is that worse than punishment is to not be seen, to feel that we don't matter to him. He feels indifferent to us. He could take us or leave us. So when the devotee sees that, then this is still their prayer, that they just want to be his surrendered servant forever, regardless of if he gives them attention or ignores them entirely. One of the verses in this song, in our Kirtan guide for number 8, Siksastakam, he says, even though he pains my soul in this way, he is still the Lord of my life. Whatever is his happiness is also my happiness. And so for me, my own happiness and distress is all the same. So being very, very happy to have a little bit more insight into who are the Vaishnavas, who are our gurus. I was reading about an excerpt from Sri Guru and His Grace in a section called Spiritual Life, a One-Way Ticket. So it's necessary for us to understand this guru, this type of person who can take us to an unimaginable level of happiness because of surrender. How should somebody approach the guru? And I remember there's an expression called to burn one's boat. And the explorers, perhaps they're going to a new country and they would want to prove that they were quite serious to stay there, not to just land and decide it was too hard and go back. But they would say, then when you get to this place, you burn your boat. So your mind won't be thinking whether you want to turn around and go back or not. And in Sri Guru and His Grace, in this section, he explains, one should not approach the spiritual master, quote, cutting a return ticket. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada used to always say, you have come here cutting a return ticket. We must not approach the spiritual master with that attitude. Rather, we should think that we have seen everything and that we have full experience of this mortal world and that we have nothing to aspire after here. With this clear consciousness, we should approach the Guru. That is the only way for us to live. This world is mortal. There is no means, no possibility of living here. And yet the will to live is an innate tendency everywhere. So there we are. There's no place to live where we are, but we want to live. That's natural. I only want to live and to save myself. I am running to the real shelter. With this earnestness, the disciple will bring his spiritual master the necessary materials for sacrifice. He won't go to his spiritual master only to trouble the Guru, but will approach him with his own necessities already supplied. He will go there with his own bed and baggage. Not that he will show some kindness to the spiritual master and give him name and fame by becoming his disciple. So this is not what we're thinking. But when we can approach our Guru in this way, then we'll certainly become purified and brought to this higher level of understanding. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj.
And here is Munindra Mohan Prabhu, and he's volunteered to share a few words as well. Huh?
They can't see you.
They can hear me?
Can hear you.
Can't see you.
And the London office, they say they will join me in the
Hari Haraya.
the iPad was locked in the office.
Oh, the iPad locked in the office. Okay. So in the meantime, here's Munindra Mohan Prabhu, and they know what is surrender, what is full surrender and full service. So let us hear a few words. And Krishna Kanta Devi Rashi, she's baking a cake, so she said, please.
Bread.
Bread.
Baking bread. Oh, she's baking bread, so she's going to be called away in a moment, otherwise.
She's breaking bread.
Breaking bread. Baking bread. Munindra Prabhu.
Much
Clip on, please.
I clip, but I don't know what to say. This. What can I say? It's a very high topic. Well, we observe in the High Vaishnava this attitude of fully surrender, despite of our rewards. Actually, was the first thing that struck me about the Vaishnava culture and type of religion, that they do things without thinking any result for them.
Oh.
I brought up as Christian Catholic little bit, and the paradise is always there to reward the spiritual people. But the Vaishnava, I heard first time I went to Navadip and spoke with a devotee, they don't even aspire to paradise. And although they have so much attachment for Krishna, they don't even dare to think Krishna has to reciprocate. That's very, very free from any kind of shadow of self-centered interest. But, well, it's something that we can worship from far, and sometimes we, as practitioners, we can feel very hopeful, sometimes very hopeless, but that is different feeling. I mean, Krishna is there. And sometimes when we feel Krishna is not reciprocating, maybe we forget a little bit about Guru. What about Guru? Is not Krishna's reciprocating with us, to coming towards us with some intention from the sweet absolute, isn't it? So it's not ignoring us, never. And he gave a full mercy through Guru and the Vaishnavas. So we don't have never to feel hopeless.
Actually, Vila Govinda
That's
Ashram
little
is
contribution.
the place of surrender, and it's okay. I'll turn it a little bit. I want you to see all the devotees and not me. But Vila Govinda Ashram is a place of surrender, just as Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat was that place where devotees come and then just come to Gurudev. They're coming to surrender, they're coming to ask, what can we do? We want to be engaged as the Das Anudas Anudas, or the Dasi, the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, and to engage our life in that way, in the current of Srila Gurudev, the current of Srila Guru Maharaj. And Gurudev is always giving the current of Guru Maharaj, but of course we've got Guru Maharaj and we've got Gurudev, as well as we've got Srila Prabhupada. So this practical engagement in surrender is the wealth of our life, to be able to get that example that we can take to our homes and continue in our homes. And of course, on this subject of surrender and Sharanagati, we have a wonderful book which you all have read and heard recently, Srila Gurudev talking about, and he said how we have printed such a beautiful book as Sri Sri Prapana Jivanamritam, but how many times have we read it? And this may have been an impetus for the devotees to read that book again. And today I've been reading that book, or reading that book, and starting with, in fact already started, but I did start a few days ago with the very beginning, the foreword of the book, given by Guru Maharaj himself, means it was compiled from Srila Guru Maharaj's talks. And that is life, nectar in the life of the surrendered souls, positive and progressive immortality. And so Sharanagati, full surrender, the highest kind of surrender, is there in Goloka Vrindavan, and Guru Maharaj in a very systematic way explains that it's the only thing that we need to do, our soul, that's us, the only thing we need to do is to surrender. Everything else will fall into place. And if we can surrender fully, then we will be taken to the place of full surrender, which is Goloka Vrindavan. And everyone, surely every devotee must be attracted to hear the descriptions of Goloka Vrindavan, to hear not just even, but the birds, the trees, everything in Goloka Vrindavan, what to speak of the cows and the people. Everything in Goloka Vrindavan is absorbed in ecstatic union with Krishna, ecstatic separation when he goes out herding the cows in the day and some cannot see him. And then those who are in the village of Vrindavan, they're saying, oh, but the birds, they are so fortunate because they can fly along and they can see Krishna throughout the day, but we have to do our duties here within the village of Vrindavan. And so this way they're giving so much appreciation to all the other living entities who are able to have the Lord's darshan at different times. But the description of Goloka Vrindavan is given in almost 100 chapters of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's 90 plus, I don't know what the plus is, 94 or 6, something like that. But it's a lot of chapters of the 10th canto. A super description of the variety, beauty, reciprocation, the life of the devotees of Vrindavan. And in Brahma Samhita, of course, we get in a much shorter way the full description also about the wonder of Vrindavan. But it is only a dream if we don't actually take the journey, make the journey, and that journey is based on surrender. We've come to the perfect gurus. Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada distributing them also, but our direct family is Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj, and they are the perfect gurus. We have all got this connection with them, and we must really try to understand what they want from us and do it. And everyone's also so Shishi Prapanajivanamrita. If any of you have not yet been inspired to reread Prapanajivanamritam, please do start. You can make that. My suggestion is that you make that as your next book that you read. Perhaps you're finishing a book at the moment, but again to read Prapanajivanamritam, because Gurudev emphasizes it, and when we read that book, then we can understand a hint of why, because it is the very nectar in the lives of devotees and the encouragement to take our surrendered life seriously, and not just to sort of surrender and then think, okay, I surrendered back in 1922, I surrendered, but since then we're not really perhaps surrendering every day. So we need to keep that surrender mood alive, and when we hear Guru Maharaj's introduction, the first chapter, Prelude to Tasting Nectar, Srila Guru Maharaj has given that chapter, which that title is translated to English, but Prelude to Tasting Nectar. And there he's describing what's in the book. And if you only read chapter number 1 to hear what kind of nectar is included there, then really we can't resist to go on to read chapters 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, because Srila Guru Maharaj himself has given such a attractive reason to read about surrender. So Shri Prapanajivanamritam, so beautiful a book, as Srila Gurudev pointed out, and this whole theme of full surrender, this is shown there in Shri Prapanajivanamritam, in the different departments of Sharanagati, and the whole conclusion of surrender. And Guru Maharaj is showing that really Goloka Vrindavan is only for the topmost surrendered persons. And so Vaikuntha is unlimited. Vaikuntha is wonderful. Everything is perfect in Vaikuntha, but there is perfect, more perfect, most perfect. And this time in the course of the creation, the course of this creation, is the best time for anyone to make the best use of this human life. So Shri Prapanajivanamritam, I can definitely encourage that can start to reread, and whenever we read Prapanajivanamritam, always we are so encouraged. It's like Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita, read and reread Bhagavad Gita, always we're getting encouragement. And it's notable that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's secretary, he used to, as a regular practice, read maybe one chapter a day, but quite like a substantial portion of Gita, perhaps one chapter every day, like this, as his daily sadhana, part of his daily sadhana. And when Guru Maharaj published Prapanajivanamritam, he was so charmed by it that he, instead of Bhagavad Gita, he was reading Prapanajivanamritam, one chapter every day, which gives some example that the sweetness, the inspiration, the life-giving, heart-sharing that Guru Maharaj is giving through Shri Prapanajivanamritam. So this is some recommendation, and of course there is a verse, Bhagavad Bhaktitaha Sarvam Ityutsrijya Viderapi Kainkaryam Krishna Paraika Ashrayakvan Sharanagatihi.
So the saying they see only half of you, Maharaj.
Oh, why?
I'm not sure.
The camera is okay. Maybe our camera is wider than you see it on your
Yes,
screens. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Anyway, half of me is more than enough.
Yeah. Half
But
of
anyway,
half of the infinite.
Oh no. Anyway, what I was going to say, not to take all the time of our Zoom, but this verse, Bhagavat Bhakti Savam, this is in the first chapter also of Sri Sri Prapana Jivanamritam. And this is the verse that Srila Gurudev glorifies so much in Revealed Truth, the book Revealed Truth. And you can find it, I don't have it in front of me, but it's easy to find. Well, one is you can search it, Bhagavat Bhakti Saram, but also it's on the page where where there's a photograph of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. But Srila Gurudev is showing Guru Maharaj the Prapana Jivanamritam book published in English with that white cover, the gold embossed there. And so you'll find it there. And there are perhaps 4 pages explaining the importance of this one verse of Srila Guru Maharaj, and where Srila Gurudev is saying, if you can just learn one verse and put it in your heart, you will get everything ever given about Sharanagati. So this is a reminder for us with such a theme today, as like the theme of like the highest form, the extreme Sharanagati, what is extreme surrender. And Guru Maharaj is giving us that. Hare Krishna. And we are outside, and I hope that click and nothing happens. Oh, okay. I hope our sound was okay. It was on the wrong setting. Is the sound okay now? Better? Or was it the same? Okay, anyway, now it's good. I don't know if it's bad or not before.
She's saying better, Chaitanya Mari.
Oh, better, yeah. Okay, yes. But you could probably hear the church bells because we're outside. And Gurudev liked those church bells. And we do also. Now when we hear there are many church bells in Italy. When we hear other church bells, none of them come up to the mark of this. Yes, so Sachi Devi Didi, I fortuitously mentioned that you were going to say something. So I think it was a sign. So Sachi Devi, please share a little bit with us all.
Dandavat, my dear Maharaj, Dandavat, my dear devotees. To this topic of tonight's Zoom is very high, but it is actually our lifeline, Maharaj. Without this high topic, we would have no direction. And by some unimaginable mercy from Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who brought us to the lotus feet of our Guru, we came in contact with this high lifeline, because we all know the world is very difficult, and we are also very vulnerable if we don't have a strong spiritual connection. So I was indeed I was reading Sri Sri Prabhupada Jivanamrita, and then I made some notes, and so I would like, with your permission, to read the foreword of Srila Guru Maharaj.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, Sri Sri Prabhupada Jivanamrita, Life Nectar of the Surrendered Souls. According to the intensity of surrender to the point of no return, the quality of the magnitude of truth encountered may be measured. The inner sweetness of the truth and its infinite characteristics attracts the devotee's heart to the highest degree, so much that they never feel any satisfaction of achievement in what is actually the acme of their highest fortune, the domain of love and unconditional surrender unto the central power of truth, personified in Lord Krishna as beauty and affection. Not power, but affection is the highest force to attract us all. The entire gist of the Vedic instructions is to dedicate oneself to the service of the Lord. Surrender is fully established in its excellence and in its constant position. Surrender is the indispensable necessity in the life of a devotee. Pure dedication without remuneration. Like Munindra Mohan said, like he saw this family, and that is what we see in the life of this beautiful family and where we are in. They have so much dedication, but there's nothing they want except more service and more connection with our guru and our gurus and the Lord. Only those who have wholly given themselves to the center are living in eternality. With a broad vision, we must know ourselves as created as of smaller stuff, and thus only with the assistance from above can we improve our situation and achieve a position in the higher realm. Being in a vulnerable position as we experience in this world, why then should we not submit to him? The nature of the progressive substance is eternal existence, knowledge and beauty, Satchit Ananda. Only the activity of the self-dedicated soul can be devotion. Sincere prayer will help us to seek the help of the Lord and the Guru. But again, prayer in the spirit of surrender can alone reach him, Sharanagati. The path of devotion entails increasing our negative status to invite the positive to descend and embrace us. I am very low and you are so high. That was my contribution, Maharaj.
Jai, yes, this is all very powerful. And this is the perspective that we should have in our lives as devotees. Hare Krishna. Yes, here's Krishna Kanta Devidati with a contribution, Jai.
The devotees here assemble. And all of you, you don't need to talk. Just by being who you are, you are an example of surrender. And Sachi Didi, I see, I can see you on the screen and so many others, but my sight is not so good. And here we are living with an example of surrender, like Kumkum Devidasi. She's so inspiring to me. See, at her age, she left everything again and moved all the way the other side of the world, sold her house, her comfort life, just to come here. And she lives in a very small room.
Yeah.
With no facilities, anything. And she say, I just need a room, a little room with and a bathroom nearby. And not just Kumkum Didi, but also Savitri. She's such inspiration for me to see a young girl, 18 years old, and happy to live in the temple. And only unhappiness and discomfort in the temple, I heard, is that she cannot explain to her friends how nice it is to live here. I mean, how do you call that? So I call it surrender. And it's so nice. And so, yeah, we can I remember when once upon a time I thought I was surrender, but now I realize maybe not. Maybe I wasn't. But anyway, as Maharaj said, of course, Maharaj, the example for all, I don't even mention. And here we have also Shantimai and Madhurananda and Chimay and of course Munindra. I mean, I don't mention them because everyone knows. And yeah, and it's not something you do just once, you know. You just, oh, I surrender. When I was young, I surrender once. I had that feeling that in my heart, like I want to give everything, but it's something like every time. And we were reading just this morning, I think, from Sermons, Volume 3 of Guru Maharaj, like how he came to write. Somebody asked him, you came to write Prapanna Jivanamritam? And he was giving the answer that when he was so disappointed when Sarasvati Thakur left and everything that's happened in the Gaudiya Math. And at the end, he was very sad that he had to leave the association of his god brothers and go to live alone. And then he has to think deeply about, his situation and how to proceed, because he didn't want to compromise the purity of the message of his guru. But so he couldn't live with everyone, and he went to live by himself. And then deeply he meditate on the surrender, and then he search support in the scriptures. He start to dive deep himself into the meaning of surrender, and then he composed this book, quoting sloka from all the scriptures to nourish himself, and also with the hope to nourish everyone else who would find himself in that situation. So we also find ourselves in that situation. When Srila Gurudev left, we have to, dive deep into his teaching. Like, they say when the Guru disappears, it's a test for the disciple that how much is just a deep lip or how much you have absorbed the teaching of the Guru. And so it's a long journey. It's not just everything will be achieved in one day. And sometimes we feel very much inspired, sometimes not so much. But still, when we don't feel inspired, maybe look around and there is actually nothing else inspiring. So, so we can only proceed and hold on. And once Gurudev said, you'd only have to hold to the lotus feet of your guru and to the boat of your guru is the helmsman.
Helmsman.
Yeah. How do you say it?
Helmsman.
Oh, whatever.
Captain
of the boat, and you just have to hold tightly and tolerate the speed. So, and yes, I was saying also a few days ago, I was thinking, when we think about like the quality of surrender of the real devotees, and then look at ourselves, we may feel really discouraged and thinking we'll never make it. I mean, I think I'll never make it. But then we remember the promise of Krishna. Krishna say that he is a liar, so sometimes he has to lie for the sake of his devotees, but he always makes sure that whatever his devotees are saying, he fulfill that. They don't came up like looking like liars, the devotees. So Krishna always assure that whatever his devotees will say, that he will be true. And like, he appear in many avatars just to show that is devotee. Like, for example, when he appear as Nishingadev, just to prove that his devotee Prahlad Maharaj was telling the truth when he say, yes, he's in this pillar. Then he appear in that pillar because his devotee say he's in the pillar. So anyway, this to say, and also in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna say, to Arjuna, you tell everyone that my devotee will never will be vanquished. Because if I say, people may believe or not. But if you say, everyone knows I will make sure that that is the truth. This is devotee never lie. So if you say, that will be. So all this, just to say that once Gurudev, more than once, he guarantee that we will make it, we will get Krishna Prema if we follow the process, if we follow him. He guarantee we will get it. So, being Gurudev a pure devotees, his word will be true. Maybe they're not now happening, but they will be true. That will happen one day. And so we believe that Krishna will make the word of our Guru truth, become the truth. So we will get one day Krishna Prema. We don't know when, but Gurudev said, so we're confident that one day also that day will be ours, sooner or later. So, my dandavats to everyone. Jai Gurudev.
Jai.
Yeah, I have a microphone. If there's any questions, comments, there's something in the chat, but I don't know if it's just, hi, Nandavats. It is. But if anybody has a question or comment, this would be a good time. Maharaj is still here, even though he is off camera.
I've got the devotees on camera. All is good. And even then, not all of the devotees.
And we do also have the land of surrender souls in the Bhakti Yoga.
London.
Oh, London. London found the iPad locked in the office. Well done. So Bhakti Yoga Institute, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, London. I think it's your turn to share something, because there's a lot of surrender taking place there, so that the message of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj can be spread throughout the UK. Please turn on your microphone and volunteer.
Okay, Dandavats Maharaj, Dandavats everybody. Being pressed to say something here, but yeah, it's very beautiful hearing what you're all saying, and like Kumkum Didi, well, everyone said it's such a high topic, very nice than what listening to Krishna Kanta Didi and talking about how inspirational it is to see our God brothers and God sisters and their surrender in their lives. And I was thinking, like she was just saying, how we're told, why worry about the process why worry about the result when the process is so sweet? And because for myself, I know that I wouldn't be able to go on without at least just we just need a few good friends on the path that are at our same level and a little bit above, that have some affection for us, and then everything is fine. And like Krishna Kanta Didi was saying, maybe it's going to take 10,000 lifetimes, maybe who knows how long, but in the meantime, if we can be in the association of you all, then it's okay. We can face so many things that continue to keep coming, and it's the most beautiful thing we could be doing with our lives. There's nothing else we could do that would be better. And we're told, like Guru Maharaj says, we need to think about the result. We need to think about the goal, so that we continue to have enthusiasm to move towards it. And sometimes I can say I forget about that because our practicing life is so sweet. It is so wonderful. And then we remember, oh my gosh, we also have this incredible destination that our gurus are drawing us towards. And it's just unimaginable, our fortunes. So we're blessed now, and we're blessed in the future. We just, like you're saying, need to hold on and tolerate the speed, and try to tolerate, I was telling myself, try to tolerate myself, and try to always, like Gurudev says, mark the inspired side of the devotee, and try to fan that wherever it is, wherever we find it, see it, mark that, and try to do what we can to lift that up and make it more prominent and accessible to others. So that's just my thought. Someone else want to say anything? We've got someone that can speak beautifully here.
Yeah.
Come, please, Abby. She won't. Come on.
Pandita's taking control of the iPad and the stand.
The surrendered soul. They won't speak and surrender.
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, I was just looking through, and of course, Prapada Jivanamritam was the first thing that came to mind when I saw the title of the Zoom. So I'll read this little snippet from, I think it's in the forward of Prapada Jivanamritam. And Guru Maharaj is saying, surrender is the foundation of the world of devotion. It is the very life and essence. One cannot enter into that domain without surrender. It must be present in every form of service, and to attempt divine service without it will be mere imitation or a lifeless formality. The entire gist of the Vedic instruction is to dedicate oneself to the service of the Lord. In his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Srila Swamipad has stated that only if the practices of devotion are initially offered to the Supreme Lord can they be recognized as devotion. To attempt to execute them and subsequently offer them cannot be pure devotion. Without surrender, the activity will be adulterated with exploitation, renunciation, artificial meditation, karma, jnana, yoga, and so on. And so then, just now, I was thinking, okay, surrender, yeah, it's so high, but actually, surrender is just the starting point. Then the devotion is the thing that we actually need to then, with our surrendered mood, then we have to actually be active in our devotional life, not just. So that mood is like the recipe for how we to proceed in a positive and progressive way, but we have to be actually under the guidance of seniors, engaging in some seva, attempted at some seva. So anyway, these are just my thoughts, and of course we're looking at Vila Govinda and all the wonderful devoted, surrendered souls there. Famous Vila Govinda. Okay, Kelly Gadam was going to say something.
Well, no, we should actually mention that that this weekend we have the Sharanagati intensive, immersive, with Sudarshan Prabhu and Rai Kishore Devidasi coming from their extraordinarily busy lives, running a very successful, all-consuming business and managing the temple there, and very busy family, etc., etc. They're flying to London to actually discuss what is surrender, Sri Sri Prabhupada Jivanamritam, and the kirtans of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So that's going to be starting Friday afternoon. And then we have one session, we have 6 sessions, one session each dedicated to each limb of Sharanagati. So it's a rare opportunity to actually spend time and dive into this together. And they're very everyone knows they have a lot to say on the topic. So we're encouraging everyone either to come or tune in online via Zoom. You can ask questions. It's going to be incredible. So that is happening this week. Just saying. Just saying. Cheap plug.
No.
We have to say it's relevant.
And how do they sign in on Zoom? You say that. How to contact so that they get on the list?
Yeah, we have Bhakti Yoga Institute Telegram chat for what's on. So that's the best way. If they join that, then they're always getting updates. Pandit is actually putting the link on the chat right now.
There's an email.
And Chaitanya Moidiri, she's asking, is it going to be fully streamed online?
iPhone says yes. Jai.
Oh, iPhone says yes.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful iPhone. I saw Gemini in action yesterday, and I was very surprised. Our dear driver was speaking to Gemini, so now the iPhone is saying yes. But I wonder if there's a human behind it.
It's going to, the sessions will
Dandavad,
be...
everyone. Dandavad, it's me.
Okay.
But there's a person.
Here's a surrendered soul.
Yeah, there's our surrendered.
No.
Yes,
I'm just in the background. I'm in the background.
Oh my gosh. No one believes you.
Yeah.
So is it going to be streamed online fully?
It's going to be via Zoom, Maharaj, because it's just easier that way. But the kirtans will be streamed. The rest will be via Zoom.
All right, and in the chat box, and Pandita has put the link to join the Telegram group. Then devotees will get the opportunity, presumably. Yeah. That's the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Someone from here went there.
Balaram.
And we're always happy if anyone that speaks multiple languages is available to assist with translating any of the sessions.
And here's some multiple language also. And
oh my Lord!
Oh God!
What is going on?
Oh my God!
Go to
Magnifique!
Diving deep into some sort of hellish situation.
But Balaram Prabhu from our Balaram is now with you in London, and he can translate. And he can translate this. But Abhinavasunda Prabhu and Kalikadamba, they're going to be doing some programs in France very soon. 13th of June. You kept it a secret. You're getting chastised.
Well, we're just going to visit Kamala and Jagannath, that's all.
So you're going a few kilometers from here and you're not coming to visit us?
Oh, we're coming soon.
I thought it was fun.
Come on.
We're definitely coming.
Heartbroken now.
Oh.
Well, we're still waiting for your promised visit to come here, actually. You owe us a visit.
I know. I have an appointment. I can't miss it.
Now everybody can witness what it's like when you get surrendered souls together. And how a surrendered soul is welcome everywhere. Someone who is a servitor servitor means surrendered soul. Guru Maharaj said, the servitor is welcome everywhere. And this is the beauty of the devotional family. Hare Krishna. And so everyone, so many are with us, and you're getting to witness some interaction between the surrendered souls, which is very beautiful. Hare Krishna.
What can you say?
Anyway, this subject of Sharanagati, it is the continual subject, and as Srila Guru Maharaj also says, and because it is a necessity, it should always be discussed. So we've had this opportunity today to give some discussion and to continue that discussion by giving the nudge to read Sri Sri Prapana Jivanamritam, to read again Revealed Truth, and especially that section where Srila Guru Maharaj is speaking, Srila Gurudev is speaking about that verse from Sharanagati, Bhagavad Bhakti Taha Sarvam. So we should always be discussing these subjects, and Guru Maharaj in the Prapana Jivanamritam is giving us the fuel of devotional life. And it is, and as Krishnakanta said in the Sermons Volume 3, Guru Maharaj explains how he came to write that. And he said, it was my own introspection of why I have come. So I make everything like clear to myself. But also for others who might find themselves in this situation and who will get nourishment from this. So this is for us all. This isn't a historic book, some old book from an old time. It is the guidance for us all for our successful devotional life. Really, it's our practical devotional life. So Prapana Jivanamritam, may the discussion continue, means in your own homes, in your own places where you are, temples, but mostly living at home and in flats and here and there. And try to have a little I was going to say self-discipline, but in the sense of try to give yourself that time each day to read a bit more through Sharanagati. And when you get to the end, go back to the beginning. Hare Krishna.
Bye.
All right. And now, by the way, a beautiful evening program here. A beautiful evening. It's gentle, not too hot, and no mosquitoes. But we do know from previous years that the mosquitoes will soon wake up, and it'll not be so easy to sit comfortably with you here. But we're at the beautiful Pushpa Samadhi of Srila Gurudev at Vila Govinda Ashram. And from here, seeing all of the names of you devotees, so many devotees here online, seeing your names, and some of you seeing your forms. You're brave to put your cameras on, and we're happy to see you on camera. And here you've got an invitation to keep on going with Sharanagati through the Friday onwards programs that are going to be held in London. And we'll also be trying to get some bootleg copies of those programs so we can see them too. All right. So Jai to Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Jai to Srila Gurudev's Pushpa Samadhi ki Jai, and Shri Tempio del Puro Amore Tempio del Pure Amore e Affetto. Yes, the temple of pure love and affection. Ki Jai. And Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sri Radev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. And Vishwarenyu Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. And Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. All the assembled devotees all around the world here ki Jai. And to our translators, to both of you, much appreciation and jais to your service, ki jai. And all the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari. And
Jai Srila Bhaktivedanta
Swami. Maybe I really didn't know what they were alerting me to that. So we do have a good gathering there in London. Maybe we can ask them to sign us out with Hari Haraya Nama Krishna, because you've got mridangas and kartals. We don't actually have them here. We chanted in the temple room before coming out so that we'll be in front of Gopinath for singing Gopinath. Over to the London mat, London Shri Chaitanya Saraswat mat ki jai.
Jai.
Gaur Premanandi. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So in London, please do make suitable adjustment to your microphone so it's on the musician settings, and we'll be following along.
No, it says, yeah. Okay, who's leading?
Hari Raya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Raya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madhava.
Giridhari Gopinath Madhava.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Hara Shiva Sani Gaura Bhakta
Hara Shiva Sani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhaktavrinda.
Shri Diva Gopala Bhakta Dasara.
Shri Diva Gopala Bhakta Dasarana.
Jai Gosai Guru Chalananda.
Jai Gosai Hari Charananda.
Yahweh Vignana Sami Sampura.
Jai Vignana Savinda Pura.
Jai Gosai Jamui Malaka.
Jai Gosai Jamui Charana. Avara Bharaya Mora Kundara. Arya Charana Seve Bhakta Sameva. Janake Janame Mora Vede Akila. Jai Gosai Jame Edanyoyama. Radha Krishna Nitya Leela
Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Goranga Sundar Radha Giridhari Ju ki Jai Jai Shila Guru Dev ki Jai Jai Shila Guru Maharaj ki Jai Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Vrinda ki Jai Shila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai Hari Naam Sankirtan ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Devo.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai tutti devoti. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda.
And Kate.
Hare Krishna. Hey! Hare Krishna.
Balaram!
Ishwarananda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
One more someone.
We have our own Sicilian here now.
Sicilian.
Ramapriya Prabhu.
From
Italy.
come back and
From Palermo. Yeah, not me.
him.
Arrivo.
Ramapriya
Speak some
Prabhu.
Italian.
Obvejte Moindra. Jai. Do you remember me? You do.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
of course. You become little healthy.
Really? Oh, thank you very much for saying that. I need that. I need to be healthy spiritually, mentally, physically, all my being. Jai, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I remember you were the priest when I took the second initiation in Green Street. Do you remember? We did the sacrifice in Green Street. You remember?
No.
That was a very long time ago. You don't remember?
No, he's saying you were in part of the fire.
You were the priest at his second.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do now, yeah?
No.
Otherwise, you
Yes, I do.
don't know.
Dandavat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Gaur Premanandi. Hare Hare.
Dandavad.